Good morning, students. Today I am going to explain the last part of lesson number 4, Literary Heritage of India. The points to be discussed today are ancient universities of India, Takshashila, Varanasi. It was also known as Kashi and Vallabhi Vidyapida. Ancient India was the center of learning in ancient time. Ancient India's 4 universities were famous all over the world. They were Nalanda, Takshashila, Varanasi or Kashi Vidyapid and Vallabhi. Nalanda University you had already studied in the previous video. Second one I am going to explain here. Takshashila. So the ancient university of Takshashila was famous all over the world. It was situated at Rawalpindi. At present it is in Pakistan. And it was the capital city of ancient Gandhar region. So where was Takshashila situated? At Rawalpindi. At present where it is in Pakistan. It was the capital city of which region? Gandhar region. This university imparted education in 64 subjects. So how many subjects were taught in this university? 64 subjects. Most of the students they stayed in the ashram to practice with the guru. So students from different countries of the world came here for higher education. They used to stay in the ashram to practice with the guru. So there was a Takshashila situated at Rawalpindi. At present it is in Pakistan. It was the capital city of which region? Gandhar region. How many subjects were taught in this university? 64 subjects were taught in this university. Where did most of the students stay in the university? In the ashram. Why? To practice with the guru. Then Jivak, he was the disciple of a Lord Buddha. He had learned the lessons of Ayurveda here. So which great person had studied in this university? Jivak. Who was he? He was the disciple of a Lord Buddha. He had studied which subject here? Ayurveda. How did this university got its name? This university got its name from Taksha. Who was Taksha? He was the son of a Bharat. Who was Bharat? Brother of a Lord Rama. They were born in Raghukul dynasty. So how did this university get its name? It got its name from the name of Taksha. Who was Taksha? He was the son of Bharat. Bharat was the brother of Lord Ram. They were born in which dynasty? Raghukul dynasty. Takshashila was the famous center of learning in which century? 7th century. Nalanda University was the center of learning in which century? 5th century to 11th century. Students were free to study the subject of their interest. So in this university, students can study the subjects of their choice. So Takshashila, where it was located at Rawalpindi, and where it is situated at present in Pakistan. It was the capital city of which region? Gandhar region. This university imparted knowledge of in how many subjects? 64 subjects. How many subjects were taught in this university? 64 subjects were taught in this university. And where did most of the students stay? In the ashram. Why? To practice with their guru. Which great person had studied here? Jivak. Who was Jivak? He was the disciple of a Lord Buddha. He had studied which subject here? Ayurveda. How did this university get its name? From the name of Taksha. Who was Taksha? He was the son of Bharata. Bharat was the brother of a Lord Rama. They were born in which dynasty? Raghukul dynasty. It was the Takshashila was the famous center of learning during which century? 7th century. The students can take the subject of their can study the subject of their choice. In spite of the limit allotted of 20 students per teacher, they used to teach even more. So the teacher-student ratio was 1:20. That means each teacher can teach 20 students, but they can teach more than that also. Students from far off places, far off cities like Varanasi. Varanasi is in Uttar Pradesh, Rajagraha, Maharashtra, Mithila, Bihar, and Ujjain. Madhya Pradesh overcrowded this university. So students from which cities came here? Varanasi, in Uttar Pradesh, Rajagraha, in Maharashtra. Then Mithila, Bihar, and Ujjain, Madhya Pradesh came here for higher studies. Who were the great personalities studied in this university? First, you have already studied Jiva. Who was he? He was the disciple of Lord Buddha, studied here. Then Prince of Varanasi. Then Prince Prasenjita. He was the king of Kaushal. Then the great grammarian. You have studied Panini. He was the great Sanskrit grammarian. What was the name of his book? Ashtadhyayi. And Kautilya. What was the name of the book written by Kautilya? Arthashastra. He was a great expert politician. He studied in this university. So who were the great personalities studied in this university? First one Jiva, then Prince of Varanasi, Prince Prasenjita, then Panini and Kautilya or Chanakya studied in this university. Takshashila was the center of a best center of a higher education. So which was the best center of higher education in ancient time in the 7th century? Takshashila. Normally students used to stay with the guru to practice, that we already had discussed. Where did the most of the students live? They live in the ashram with the guru to practice. Which subjects were taught in this university? Subjects like Vedas, military science, Tejavidya, archery, grammar, philosophy, warlore, then astronomy, astrology was given here. So which were the subjects taught in this university? Vedas, military science, Tejavidya, archery. Archery means a sport of shooting arrows. Grammar, philosophy, warlore, story of wars. Astronomy, study about heavenly objects. Astrology, the influence of heavenly objects in the life of man. They were taught in this university. Then again, in the textbook it is mentioned that Chanakya, he was also known as a Kautilya. He studied here. Chanakya, he was the mentor of Chandragupta Maurya. Mentor means guru, teacher of Chandragupta Maurya. So who was the mentor of Chandragupta Maurya? Chanakya. Chinese scholar Fahian visited this university in the beginning of the 5th century. So which great Chinese scholar visited this university? Fahian. In which century? In the beginning of the 5th century. So write a note on Takshashila. What you will write? Where it was situated? It was situated in Rawalpindi in present Pakistan. And it was the capital city of which region? Gandhar region. And this university taught how many subjects? 64 subjects. Where did most of the students stay? In the ashrams. Why? To practice with the guru. Who were the great personalities who studied in this university? Jiva. Who was he? He was the disciple of Lord Buddha. Which subject he studied here? Ayurveda. Then Prince of Varanasi. Then Prince Prasenjita. Who was Prince Prasenjita? He was the king of Kaushal. Then great grammarian, Sanskrit grammarian Panini and Kautilya or Chanakya studied here. And what was the ratio of teacher student? 1:20. Each teacher has to teach how many students? 20 students, but they can even teach more than that. Students from far off cities like Varanasi, Rajagriha, Mithila and Ujjain overcrowded this university. How did this university get its name? From the name of Taksha. Who was he? He was the son of Bharata. Bharat was the brother of Lord Rama. They were born in which dynasty? Rakukul dynasty. And the students can study the subject of their choice. Takshashila was the best center of education in which century? 7th century. Which were the subjects taught in this university? Vedas, military science, Gajavidya, archery, grammar, philosophy, warlore, astronomy, and astrology. Which Chinese traveler visited this university? Fahian. In which century? In the 5th century. Then third important in ancient university of India was Varanasi. It was also known as a Kashi Vidyapida. It was the, what were the importance of this Varanasi? It was the famous place of pilgrimage during the 7th century. Pilgrimage place means so many religious places were there, so people used to visit these places. It was the center of a Hindu religion. And the second one is that it was the center of Aryan culture during the Upanishad period, the period in which Upanishads were written. So what were the importance of Varanasi? It was the famous place of a pilgrimage during the 7th century. It was the center of Aryan culture in Upanishad period. And it is believed that Maharshi Vedavyas, who was he? He was the author of Mahabharata. He had established his ashram in Varanasi. And fourth importance was that Lord Buddha had selected this place for the propagation of his religious teaching. Then fifth one is that Adi Shankaracharya, the great Hindu philosopher, he had shifted to Kashi to adopt the principles of Vedanta. So Varanasi was the center of a pilgrimage in which century? During the 7th century. And it was the religious center of which culture? Aryan culture. In which period? During which period? Upanishad period. The king of Varanasi, what was his name? Ajatashatru. He was a great philosopher of Upanishad age, and he was a great supporter of education. He gave encouragement to the development of education. It is mentioned in Vyasa Samhita that Maharshi Vedavyas had his ashram in Varanasi. So it is mentioned in Vyasa Samhita that Maharshi Vedavyasa, author of Mahabharata, he had established his ashram in Varanasi. Lord Buddha chose Varanasi a suitable place for the propagation of his preaching. So Lord Buddha, the founder of a Buddhist religion, had selected this place for the spreading of his religious teachings. Potent philosopher, that a great philosopher, Adi Shankaracharya, the great philosopher of a Hindu religion, had shifted to Kashi to adopt the principles of Vedantas. Vallabhacharya and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the pioneer of Pushti Marga, attained the prestige for their Vaishnava sect in Kashi. Vallabhacharya, he was the founder of that Pushti Marga. Pushti Marga means the path of nourishing or flourishing Hindu religion. This Pushti Marga was founded in the 16th century. It was founded by Vallabhacharya and it is based on Lord Krishna. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you have already studied. He was the founder of a Bhakti movement in India. So they had got their prestige for their Vaishnava sect. Hindu religion also, Vaishnavism and Shaivism is there. Vaishnava sect, they gave importance to Lord Vishnu. They considered that Lord Vishnu is the supreme God. So they had got their status or prestige for their Vaishnava sect in Kashi. So who attained prestige for their Vaishnava sect in Kashi? Vallabhacharya and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They were the pioneers of Pushti Marga. Who founded Pushti Marga? Vallabhacharya. In which century? In the 16th century, in order to nourish that Hindu religion. And a majority of scholar families of Punjab had to migrate to Kashi. So majority of the educated families of Punjab, they shifted to Kashi. While some of the families, they went to Kashmir. And many other princes also came for education in Varanasi. So many princes came for education in Varanasi. Monastery at Sarnath became a famous education center under the patronage of King Ashoka. So monastery at Sarnath, it was the center of education because of the encouragement of Emperor Ashoka. So who had attained the prestige prestige in Kashi? Vallabhacharya and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Many of the scholar families of Punjab, where they shifted to Kashi, while some of them shifted to Kashmir. Many other princes also came in Varanasi for higher education. And under the patronage of Lord Emperor Ashoka, the monastery at Sarnath also became a center of education. So write a short note on Varanasi. What were the importance of Varanasi? It was the famous place of a pilgrimage during the 7th century. It was the center of a famous center of education. It grew as a religious center for the Aryan culture in Upanishad. During which period? During the Upanishad period. Who was the great king of Varanasi who gave encouragement to learning? Ajatashatru. who had established his ashram in Varanasi, Maharshi Vedavyas. Where it is mentioned in Vyasa Samhita. And Lord Buddha had selected this place, Varanasi, for the propagation of his religious teachings. Great philosopher Adi Shankaracharya had shifted to Kashi to adopt the principles of Vedanta. Then Vallabhacharya ji and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the pioneer of a Pushti Marga, attained the prestige for their Vaishnava sect in Kashi. Majority of the scholar families of Punjab had to migrate to Kashi, while a few families migrated to Kashmir. Migration means moving from one place to another. Many other princes came for education in Varanasi. So during the period of King Ashoka, which was the center of a famous center of education, monastery at Matsata, Saranath. Then that fourth ancient university of India was a Vallapi. Give information about a Vallapi Vidyapida. So Gujarat also was the center of learning in the 7th century. The Vallabhi Vidyapid was famous in Gujarat as the center of learning in the 7th century. And this Vallabhi became the center of education because of the contribution of great rulers of a Vansh dynasty. So which dynasty played an important role in making that Vallabhi world famous and a huge center of education, that rulers of a Vansh dynasty. Vallabhi was the center of a Hinayan cult of Buddhist religion. In Buddhist religion also there are two sects are there. One is a Hinayan and second one is a Mahayan. Mahayan considered a Lord Buddha as a supreme god, and Hinayan considered a Lord Buddha as a human being. So Vallabhi was the center of a Hinayan sect of a Muslim Buddhist religion. So which was the center of a Hinayan sect of a Buddhist religion? Vallabhi was the center of a Hinayan sect of a Buddhist religion. In the 7th century, in the middle of a 7th century, Buddhist scholars Srimati and Gunmati were the leading principles of a Vallabhi. So who were the leading principles of a Vallabhi University in the middle of a 7th century? Srimati and Gunmati. Students from far off regions like Ganga Yamuna, that means in UP and Bihar, all they came here for higher studies. Chinese traveler Itzing noted that Vallabhi completed with the famous education center Nalanda, which was located in the eastern part of India. So, which Chinese traveler visited Vallabhi University? That Itzing. Nalanda University, which Chinese traveler visited? Huyansang. In which century? 7th century. And Takshashila University, which Chinese traveler visited? Fahian. In which century? In the 5th century. And Vallabhi University was visited by which Chinese traveler? Itzing. And he noted that Nalanda was famous center of education in the eastern part of India. In the same way, in the western part of India, Vallabhi was the famous center of education. So Vallabhi University was a famous center of education in which century? In the 7th century. Who played an important role in making that Vallabhi as a world-renowned center of education? That rulers of a Vansh dynasty. Vallabhi was the center of which sect of Buddhist religion? Hinayan sect of a Buddhist religion. Who were the leading principles of Vallabhi? Srimati and Gunmati. The students from which places came here for higher studies? Students from far off places like Ganga and Yamuna, they came here for studies. Which great Chinese traveler visited Vallabhi? Itzing. What he noted that Vallabhi was a famous university in the western part of India, like Nalanda, famous university in the eastern part of India. So Vallabhi was the capital and the international port. So it was the capital city and the international port. Means Gujarat was connected with the other countries of the world through this Vallabhi port. And it was the international port from 480 AD to 775 AD. The rulers of Vallabhi belonged to Maitreya dynasty, and he patronized education and the university as well. So the ruler of Vallabi, he belonged to which dynasty? Maitreya dynasty. That is why, and he patronized, encouraged education as well as university. This the royal people of a Maitreya dynasty, they were not Buddhist. Then also they gave encouragement to the development of education and a university in Vallabi. And in 775 AD, Arabians attacked Mithrax. Mithrax were defeated and the university was closed down. So in 775, that Mithrax were defeated by the Arabians. Arabians attacked Vallabi and they defeated Mithrax, and the university was closed down. The name of famous scholars were written on the gate. So the name of a famous educated persons were written on the gate of this university. Scholars, by showing their erudition, were getting higher rights in Raj Sabha. So that scholars showing their scholarship were getting higher rights, preference in that Raj Sabha. So in from 480 to 775 AD, Vallabhi was a capital city and it was an international port. The ruler of Vallabhi, he belonged to Maitreya dynasty, and royal people of Maitreya were not Buddhist. Then also they gave encouragement to the education and the development of a university. How did this university close down? In 775, Vallabhi was attacked by the Arabians. They defeated Mithrax. So they had to close the university. And whose names were written on the gate of this university? The names of famous scholars. And scholars, by showing their erudition, were getting higher rights in Raj Sabha. So three things were given more importance in this university. That is why this university became famous all over the world. They were knowledge, worship, and a particular system of education. These three things have made this university famous not only in India but all over the world. And the students from, like other universities, students from India as well as foreign countries came here for higher studies. It was an international university in the real sense. Almost all the branches of a knowledge were education were taught in this university, and the maintenance of this university was done through charity given by the kings and landlords. So in order to maintain the university, they need a lot of money. That money was given by the donations given by the kings and the landlords. That shows that the people were loyal to that university. So which three things made this university famous not only in India but all over the world? Knowledge, worship, and a particular system of education. Students from which countries came here? From India as well as abroad came here for higher studies. It was an international university. All the branches of knowledge were taught in this university. How did the maintenance of the university was done? It was done through the charity donations given by the kings and the landlords. That showed the loyalty of the people towards the university. So this university was famous all over the world. It was the renowned university of education for the knowledge of arts and science. So this university was famous for all over the world for the knowledge of arts and science. So write a short note on Vallabhi Vidyapida. That Vallabhi Vidyapida was famous in, it was situated in Gujarat. It was the center of education in 7th century. And the rulers of Vansh dynasty gave encouragement to the development of education. And Vallabhi also developed as a center of learning during the period of Vansh dynasty. It was the center of a Hinayan cult of a Buddhist religion, who were the leading principles of a stream of Vallabhi, Srimati, and Gunmati. Students from which places came here for studies? Ganga, Yamuna came here for studies. Which Chinese traveler came here for came here? The Chinese traveler Rit Singh came here, and he noted that Vallabhi was famous in the eastern part of India, as Nalanda was famous in the eastern part of India. Vallapi was a capital and an international fort from when to when 480 AD to 775 AD. The rulers of Vallapi, they were not Buddhist. Then also they gave encouragement to the development of education and a university. How did this university close down? In 775, Vallapi was attacked by the Arabians. They defeated Mithrax and this university was closed down. Whose names were written on the gate? The names of the famous scholars were written on the gate. Which three things were given? Which three things were given importance in this university? Due to that, this university was famous: knowledge, worship, and a particular system of education. It was an international university. Almost all the subjects were taught in this university, and it was the famous center of teaching which two subjects, arts and science. And how did the university got its maintenance from the charity given by the kings and landlords? It was the University of ancient Indian. Ancient India for the knowledge of arts and science. Then some questions I have given as assignments. You have to write the answers in the notebook. Number 1, how many Vedas are there? Which are they? Second one, write a note on Takshashila Vidyapidam. Third one, describe medieval literature. Fourth one, give information about Vallapi Vidyapid. Fifth one, give information about Nalanda Vidyapid. Sixth one, give information about ancient Indian literature. Seventh one, give information about Kannada literature in the medieval age. Eighth one, give an account of the literature in regional languages during the medieval age. Ninth one, give information about a literature during the Mughal period. 10th one, write a note on prose and poetry composed in Gujarati language. 11th one, write about Amir Khusru. 12th one, write about Buddhist literature. All these questions answers are there in the slides. You people watch the slide properly and write down the answers in your history notebook.